Hello everybody out there, and welcome back here with the future once again to another showcase and review. And today I have updated my collection of Mega Construx Heroes minifigures. I love this line by Mega Construx. Obviously, Mega Construx was taken over by Mattel in early 2017. They used to be the Mega Blocks, and now they've just rebranded them Mega Construx to like differentiate them from some of their bigger blocks that they still call Mega Blocks. But these are the Mega Construx line, and I love the Mega Construx Heroes line. They're just like the minifigures that you would get out of any of like the Mega Blocks or Mega Construx mystery packs, but they're on a carded form. And I like to keep mine carded, so these will be mint on card as I showcase them today. I will show off my other three that I also have from Series 1. Series 2 was kind of hard to come by. I never did find Tila or Beastman, which I was really wanting from the Masters of the Universe property from that second wave, but I never did find them. So yeah, any help out there of obtaining them, I would really appreciate it. But I did obtain the Masters of the Universe and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles minifigure from the line that was representative of each of those properties, and they're very cool, and I can't wait to take a look at them with everybody here. Just picked them up over the weekend. And yeah, guys, before we get looking at them, I want to thank everybody who subscribed lately, dropped any comments, given me any likes, left any feedback. I really appreciate all the support here on my channel, as I always say. And if this is your first time viewing, make sure you do all that I just mentioned and hit that subscribe button. And yeah, guys, now let's take a look at these 2018 Series 3 Mega Construx minifigures, Mega Construx Heroes minifigures by Mattel. Let's check them out. Okay, so before we get into looking at the new figures that I picked up from Series 3, I have my 3 Series 1 Mega Construx Heroes figures here by Mattel. And they were the first 3 that I picked up from the wave. And like I said, I never saw Series 2. I wanted Beastman and Tila from Series 2 that they had from the Masters of the Universe, but I never did see them in stores, so could never get them. I may have to go online to eBay to find those, unless people are still finding them and they can help me grab one. I would really appreciate it. But this is Skeletor, the Overlord of Evil, of course from the Mattel property that was introduced in 1982 by Mattel. Everybody loves Masters of the Universe. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you, but you got to get on the bandwagon, because Masters of the Universe MOTU is where it's at. You have to love that they gave him the Havoc staff and the great blue covers. The only thing that they did differently here, as you can see, is they like left his feet unbooted there. And in the original figure here, you can see his feet are completely booted. If you haven't saw these are my 10 vintage Masters of the Universe figures that I showed off. He-Man, Skeletor, Ram-Man, Buzz-Off, Triclops, Trapjaw, Jitsu, and Leech back there, and Webster. So go back and check those out. I'll put it up in the right. But yeah, these are cool to go along with my Masters of the Universe collectibles that I already have in my collection. So yeah, there's a good look at Skeletor. And you've seen the other figures from the first wave, were the Alien Xenomorph and the Colonial Marine from Alien. And then you had a Borg and Captain Picard there from Star Trek The Next Generation. And you had He-Man there, the man himself. So yeah, speaking of He-Man, I was able to pick him up from Series 1 as well. Like I said, I've already done showcase and reviews on these. I have an actual playlist of all my Mega Construx, Mega Blocks figures that I've picked up in the past that you can go back and check out. But this is He-Man here with his power sword and shield and looking very badass. I love the depictions of him to the left there, like a figure version. The way they would look as a figure out of the package there to the left. Very cool for the artwork on these. So that's the way I love to keep them carded. And I love how they have the logo up there. Logos and writing on packaging are one of the reasons that I love keeping things mint on card. But anyway, there's He-Man. And then, of course, Michael the Two-Ply's favorite from Aliens. Sorry, it's from Aliens, not Alien, as I said earlier. But this is the Xenomorph and some face huggers down there, too. And actually, in Series 3, they released a battle-damaged Xenomorph. If Michael the Two-Ply has seen this, with green acid, blood, like battle damage on him. You'll see here in a second in a picture. But a very badass-looking depiction of the Xenomorph there to the left. I think Michael the Two-Ply is a huge Aliens fan. Actually gave this a positive review, too. make sure you go check out my friend Michael the Tupla. He has great videos, and he's a big Aliens fan, so what's up to him? This is the Xenomorph. Of course, the same figures on the back. Of course, you don't see the Xenomorph, but you see Skeletor and He-Man there on the back. But yeah, was very happy to get a hold of those, and like I said, I never could find any of the Series 2 ones that I wanted, which were Beastman and Teela from the He-Man wave, or the He-Man property that they're doing. Every wave at least has like 1 or 2 Masters of the Universe figures, but I did get a hold of the Masters of the Universe figure in this line, and it's none other than the doppelganger himself, Faker, which is Skeletor's robotic version of He-Man that he created to kind of throw off King Randor. But if you watch the episode, it doesn't work out too well. In the episode, actually, he has the exact same appearance as He-Man here himself, with just like glowing eyes and stuff. They did not want to make a new cell with a, Skeletor colored He-Man. And this is supposed to be like a cross between He-Man and Skeletor too. As you can see, he's wearing Skeletor's armor there. If you put Skeletor here, you can kind of see he has the same kind of like armor that Skeletor wears there. And then he also has, the same appearance. And this is basically just a repaint of the already He-Man one that they made, but in Skeletor blue and purple there, and obviously has the black belt too. Faker, always one of my favorites. Yeah, he was introduced back in 1982, I think. And it's kind of cool in this wave. I'm pretty sure that they're releasing these minifigures in the same way that they released the figures in 1982 from the Masters line. So you're getting, the figures in order that they came out back in the day for the Mega Construx line. So that's very cool. Was very happy to get Faker. I love his depiction here to the left too, and he looks very cool displayed now next to He-Man and Skeletor, because basically he's the cross between them, right? And then on the back here, you have the other figures from the line. You have the Leonardo Mirage Comics version. You have Data there from Star Trek, and there is the acid blood battle damaged Xenomorph that they have for the line. And then of course you got the T-1000 and the T-800 from Terminator, and that has to be T2. You got an Arnold version of Terminator, and I can't remember the actor's name right off the top of my head, but the liquid T-1000 there as well. But yeah, very sweet line of figures. See Mega Construx Heroes up there to the right. All your labels and warnings down here. And of course you see owned by Mattel, Mega Construx, and the 2018 stamp too as well up there. So yeah, very sweet wave. I like to get those other Terminator ones, but since I already have one Xenomorph, I could probably live without that one, and I don't really need Data. He's never been one of my favorite characters in Star Trek. I'm more of an original series fan in Star Trek. But yeah, very sweet to get a hold of the Masters of the Universe Faker. And you can see there are 21 pieces he comes with. You take him out. He has an orange power sword and an orange battle axe, which they didn't give He-Man, the battle axe in the original, but they didn't give a shield to Faker either. So you get the power sword and shield with him, and you get an orange axe and power shield, or power sword, excuse me, with Faker, the Series 3. And of course you can see up there to the right too, it's got 3 for Series 3. So yeah, one more good look here at Faker before we go on to the next one that I got from the line. And I think I've already said that it is a TMNT property figure, and it's very cool because it is the Mirage Comics version from his first appearance back in 1984 for Leonardo. And Leo, who was, the original leader of the team, and was the leader up to this new Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series coming out, which I'm really on the fence about, but I do think I'm going to get some figures, at least the 4 Turtles, when they come out, and a villain called Meat Sweats I'd like to get a hold of too. But as you can see here, this Mega Construx Heroes Leonardo Mirage Comics from the Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird original comics. Kevin Eastman's version here depicted, very well detailed here, as he looks straight out of the comics in my opinion. If anybody doesn't know, they did release under the Mega Bloks brand a few years back gray and black first appearance figures, and they were released in single packs that also were based on Kevin Eastman's design. But this is the first colored variations of these that they've done. And you see he gets a green block down there to the left. He has two katanas with, you know, they even went far enough to give him the red hilts there to hold. And you have Leonardo stand with their name on it. And I don't think I pointed that out, but you have the stand there for Faker too as well, that you snap the block into. And you have a little stand with his name on it for each one, as you can see. But the Leonardo being from the first, you know, comic released in 1984, based on Eastman and Laird's work, very sweet. But they do give him his blue bandana, mask, whatever you want to call that the Turtles wear. It's a mask slash bandana, but they give him that too to wear, so you can use him in display with the blue or the red. And I do have a few of the Mega Bloks turtles from the Turtles line that they did there. Let's take a look at those real quick while I'm at it. I'm talking about it here. Okay, so here is the figures, the minifigures that I've shown in the past, done opening and reviews on, from the Series 3, and I think he may be a Series 2, actually, that Leo there, from the TMNT line, based on the Nickelodeon show. Even a Triceraton there, Krang Droid, Leatherhead, the canister of ooze, Mikey, Donnie in space, bow and arrow, like, I don't know, Robin Hood sort of Donnie there, or Leo. And then here's Black, I can't remember what the heck they call those, Stealth Leo, I think is what they call them. And then like this see-through version of Raph here too, which would go cool alongside, you know, this Leo with the Mirage Comics first appearance. But you see how they are different from the coloring and everything from the original, or from the Nickelodeon show to the original comics. But thought it'd be cool to take a look at those real quick. But yeah, you can see the difference here in the shading and coloring here of the Mirage Comic one. Giving him really good detail there, like he appeared then, like you can see here. Very sweet, like he's straight out of the comics from the originals. And man, I had the reprints of the original Eastman and Laird comics as a kid, you know, after the 1990 movie came out and they got really big. I remember they released some of the comics like reissues, or it may even been before the movie, but I remember having them and loving reading those. A lot more violent and less kid-friendly back then, and they all wore red. It wasn't just Leo, and it wasn't just Roth that wore red. It was just all four of them wore red. But when the cartoon came out, they changed the coloring, so you could like tell them apart, make them more kid-friendly. Each one was easier to differentiate. But yeah, they do a great job on this Mega Construx line. And you see here on the back, the same figures shown except for Faker. And like I said, I'd like to get the Terminator ones probably, but I could probably live without the battle damaged Xeno and Data there, since I already have, you know, a standard Xenomorph. But yeah, it was very cool to add these two to my Mega Construx Men on Card collection here, and that will round out the video. And I hope everybody who enjoyed this really liked taking a look at these new Series 3 Mega Construx that I got for my collection. I think they were released like a month back or so. They're just now popping up on toy shelves in my area, so that's why I was able to just get a hold of them. Had to grab these two as soon as I saw them. I did see the Terminator ones, but I didn't have the money at the time. But may get them soon, and when I do, I will do another showcase and review. But yeah, thanks everybody for checking this out. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, give me a like, drop a comment down below on what you think of these. And yeah, guys, until next time, I really appreciate the watch. And as always, Cowabunga, I have the power, and peace out.